myself, I've had instances where I have dated interracially, and the first instance was back in my high school days. It was a predominantly white school. Um, but yeah, that was one instance. Basically, she was fucking with the boy, and it goes back to that whole chicken. I'm gonna put his name up probably, but the chicken dude basically talk about nerdy black men not being visible to nerdy black women, because it was either one of the two things where they would either date white men or they would date black men that basically happen to be into nerd culture. They look good, black men that look good, mind you. You know what I mean? They look like they could be them, that were into nerdy culture. And that wasn't the case with me. I was a nerd and I looked like a nerd, boy. And I was from the projects. Niggas was coming to school with motherfucking holy felines, you feel me? I was broke, you feel me? But when I grew older, I dated this young lady of the Caucasian persuasion. Basically, what threw me off with her is, well, the good was, bruh, she surprised me every time with the fact that she was so willing to do whatever I wanted of her. You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that scared me. Like, I was so, and that should be bare minimum, right? Like, especially if you're going into a possible relationship with somebody. You talk about being together. You talk about possibly having kids by this person. The good parts was the fact that she would just be like, what do you want me to cook for you? What do you want me to cook for you? And I've never had a woman say that to me. Like, she'd just like literally be like, I want to make you food every week, and what do you want me to cook for you? Not no, you know what I mean, bullshit, not no, you got to do this, not no, you know what I mean, put the stick and the carrot in front of you to get you to cook. Just, what do you want me to cook for you? She cooked this crazy, first of all, she's never cooked ziti. She cooked ziti and the shit tasted good, my nigga. Like, she had fucking the right seasoning. I don't know what the fuck YouTube video she watched, but the shit was banging, bruh. She cooked some, she used to eat beets and shit. She was from Colorado, my nigga. Like, she really surprised me. She really surprised me, and it let me know that maybe I do need to be more vocal in what do I want as the man in my relationship towards women in general, because she did that on her own. And it's not that I want to change the woman that I'm with. I want you to be you. I want you to do you. I don't want you to think that I in no short shape or form of fashion made you into somebody that you're not. Because in my mind, I feel as though when I do that and we get into a relationship and we possibly get married and we possibly have children, you're going to think to yourself that I changed you. I changed you because of what I ask of you. I don't want that, because I don't want you to do the same thing to me. You know what I mean? I don't want you to feel like as though you can change me. This is who I am. And if you can't accept it, it is what it is. I can always get better as a human being. I can always try to level up as best as I can. But I think that both sides can have low level contempt if you feel as though that other person has changed you for somebody that you wasn't. Even if it is in a positive way. I'm going to say it. Even if it is in a positive way. Even if a man or a woman's to get a better job, or a man was to get a better job, he goes into a higher education. If it's based on that woman, I can see women having a low level contempt because they didn't do it by their own regard, for lack of better words. So it's like, I don't want them to think that they could do that. So, but at the same time, I do believe that you do also have to know what is your bare minimum. What is your bare minimum? I hear a lot of conversations about black women saying that they can't even get the bare minimum from women. And I know that there's a lot of black men that complain constantly about, why can't my woman be able to cook with me? Like, why is it so many women that don't want to cook or can't cook in general? Now, black women will go into the whole aspect of cooking is a basic necessity. I could cook a mean oodles and noodles then. If that's the case, I can cook a mean fucking oodles and noodles. Don't judge my cooking.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. That's black. That's uplifting.
Okay, I could cook a mean cereal. You feel me? I could cook a mean fucking cereal. I could cook a mean Chef Boyardee. Some oodles and noodles, cereals, and put that motherfucking burger on that motherfucker. Throw a little bit of Salt Bay on that motherfucker. You feel me? I could cook. If you want to be, you know what I mean? If you want to go that route, you feel me? If you want to go that fucking route, then it is what it is. We can go that route. But with, I digress in all seriousness. Yeah, just as men, I feel as though, and it's, misogyny, I feel as though men need to be more vocal. And if the women in your life feel that you're being sassy by you being vocal on what you want and what's your bare minimum, what's your necessities, what is your necessities for a partner, for a relationship with a woman. Because just like women say that they can do bad all by themselves, men, we already know this. We are good by ourselves as long as we got our peace. If we got our peace, that's all we need. But if a woman does come into our lives, we be wondering one thing. First of all, can she cook? That's the first thing. Are you able to cook? And then second of all, is she our peace? And then, can she cook? Also, the sex aspect. Obviously, if you're a heterosexual male, you thinking about that too. But can she do that thing right? Misogyny, you know what I mean? But with this particular white woman, going back to my story, it threw me off because she cooked a mean ziti, bruh. She cooked a mean fucking baked ziti. Cooked me some fried tomatoes. We would go out and get these donuts from this local, it was like a white spot. I'd never been there. It was like a homemade, from scratch. Donuts were made from scratch. It was fucking good. It was fucking good. It threw me off because I was like, bruh, a whole new world. I was like, bruh, this is wild to me. I've never experienced this. And I low-key just wanted to keep experiencing it until it was a situation that popped up where it was one of those situations where she didn't understand that she was not in my corner, for lack of better words. Not in my corner as a man, but in my corner as a black man. It was the race being inserted. It's race does insert itself. I'm sorry, as much as y'all niggas like to say the interracial dating like to say that race don't matter, it does. It does, niggas. You'll know when you're in a sundown town, you'll know how much race matters. And you'll also know whether your partner, whether she be white or black, or Asian or fucking Latino, you'll know what level of I'm trying to protect you because you are at harm or you at risk in this situation. You'll know what type of level it is. I just don't want to be in those situations at those very moments. You know what I mean? Because if I know that you can't even handle situations in towns that's not racist for lack of better words, I don't want to be in no situation where I know you can't handle yourself. Why am I going to put myself in that type of situation? I know this is kind of all over the place, but the main thing is that she was not in my corner as a black man. And it was for a particular situation that she didn't realize that she kind of and I'm not going to change her. Like I said before, going back to the last I'm not going to change you. I want you to really do you. You know what I mean? I want you to truthfully do you. You know what I mean? And some people may say that, you should have told her. You should have told her she was doing. No. Because I feel as though if I would have told her that, I personally feel as though if I would have told her that, then it would have been a case of her not feeling as though she can be who she is. You understand what I mean? And if that's who she is, if that's how she thinks about shit, that's really what I'm thinking about. If that's how you think about things, and I see it in certain situations, okay, I told you. You know what I mean? I told you this is how I feel about this, and you still went and did this. Nah. You know what I mean? That's how that shit went down. So with that being said, we kind of went our separate ways. I still talk to her from time to time. She's cool. But, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the situation where it's kind of we just went our separate ways. You know what I mean? But Shez Sade goes into a whole nother aspect. We've never done this type of shit when we were together, and I've never think that this is cool to do, which is weird that I see black women that think that it's cool to do. I feel as though those black women are either the nerdy black women that grew up and think that that's okay because they did it back in their high school days. Is kind of like weird. It's creepy, to be honest with you. Or it's the black diaspora, whether it be black Caribbean or black African, that will say these type of things. You'll hear what I guess like slave play. It's like slave play. It's weird. But I'm gonna let the video start. We're gonna go into the video. But we're gonna go into it. I don't know why I pushed stop. We're gonna go into it. And we're gonna play the video. And this Bashez Sade.
I'm speaking on behalf of all white dudes that date black girls.
Can y'all stop on this Massa?
What the what?
Like, look at the when I call him Massa as a joke. When I answer yes, Massa, to my white boyfriend and watch him get uncomfy. And the weird thing about it is, it's the weirdest shit, but I believe that these are the same women that will literally say submission, like, don't say the word submit. Like, if you tell those same women to submit, it's gonna be, hell has no fury like those women's anger. Okay? Because these same women believe that, I hate to use the words of fucking Melissa Ford and them, but some of these women believe that I'm about to say sex work, but marriage is a form of sex work, and to be married to a man is like slavery. That's what some women think. Like it's a form of slavery. But when it pertains to black men specifically, when it pertains to black men, let's be clear.
What the am I supposed to say? Y'all be thinking it's funny as shit. Laughing here, having the time of your life. Girl, you.
It is weird.
Ha, laugh, funny. That's
When I call
funny. To me, it's funny.
When I call my white boyfriend Massa and he gets mad.
Yeah, do you have a sense of humor?
So I'm a brown girl. I like a little
When I make Massa jokes about my white boyfriend to him, my ancestors watching me call my white boyfriend Massa.
vanilla in my life, and I might one day be a white dude's wife.
And you know what I see a lot of the prevalence with the white boyfriend is when we're going to bring the conversation up with the chicken dude, but basically him talking about how nerdy black women did not go for nerdy black men. This is why. Because most of the times they were going for the white guy. If they weren't going for the white guy, they was going for the dude that basically wasn't nerdy. He wasn't nerdy. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. He wasn't nerdy, nigga. I was the nerdy black guy. I still am the nerdy black guy. Like, goddamn, I'm still a nerdy fucking black guy, goddamn. But shit changed. Shit done changed, you feel me? I got a little wise to the game, picked up a few things. I'm not gonna say it was all positive. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not all positive. But goddamn it, like I said before, I can't be a fuck boy if you ain't a fuck girl. We both fucking. You feel me? But I'm being facetious, but I say all that to say, I usually see it when it pertains to that whole interracial. I usually see it with the nerd community, whether it be nerdy black men or nerdy black women. And then I also see it with the black diaspora. I also see it with the black diaspora, whether it be Caribbean black women or African black women that will do shit like this. You know what I mean? I don't know if they call them Massa. I do not know if they call them Massa, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. They probably might not say it around their girlfriends, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No, stop living in your fantasy world that white guys are somehow perfect.
Way that you get treated by a white man, completely different from how you get treated by a black man.
That's all right. Yeah, I got a type. Some people
Holidays every month because I decided to get a white boyfriend. I got a white boy on my roster.
don't like, but the swirl is the hype. When I see a cute guy, I always gotta think, is he down with the brown? If he is, we about to link in.
Fellas, you wanna know why you black queens are choosing these white men?
This lady got viral off of just her eyes alone, okay?
Kissing toes, bowing down, buying houses on the first date.
I'm just so sick and tired of it. Kind of just like worshiping.
And that's another thing. I can understand why people can be like, why are you fetishizing me? Because it's like, I'm not fetishizing you. I like you because you're a human being, and I like you because of your personality, and I like you because you're nice and you're kind and you're sweet and you're good-hearted, but you're still fetishizing me. Like, you're using the pinkness. You're using a little pink guy down there as a form of fetishization. You know what I mean? You probably examining me more than actually loving me for who I am. I can only imagine what the fucking thoughts that they're going through. And some white dudes be like, fuck it. Some white dudes be like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking. That's all it mean. Like, if I get a fuck, I get the fuck. A lot of the times when they realize that they were just a fuck, then they start to go the whole racism. No, you expose yourself to that type of behavior, whether it be white, black, Asian, Indian, shit, Mexican, it don't matter. You expose yourself to that type of behavior, that's what you're gonna get. I got my own racist stories. I was like, I get it. It don't feel right. But I knew what came with it. I knew that she wouldn't understand the black plight. I knew that she wouldn't understand black struggle. I knew that it would be certain conversations that would be uncomfortable. So I just deaded that shit. She's a cool girl, but she don't understand. It just is what it is. She used to cook me shit, boy. She used to cook me. She cooked me ziti. She cooked me baked ziti, yo. She cooked me baked ziti. She would make these fucking fried tomatoes, bro. That was fucking delicious, nigga. Bruh, it was fucking delicious. But I realized that maybe the fact that me not actually pursuing that in the relationships that I did have with black women, meaning as much as I hear black women say that they get bare minimum from black men, it's the same thing vice versa. And I also will put that onus on me into what do I expect from the women that I interact with, and what ways should I be disappointed. So all of the women that have came in my life, I never expected them to do that. And that's when I got that. I was like, shit, that's bare minimum. Like, if she cooks for me and she actually cooks what I want, she asks me, what do I want her to cook? A white woman. I'm like, I kind of like baked ziti, but I just throwing it out there. I'm like, she ain't gonna make no fucking baked ziti. This motherfucker made baked ziti and the fried tomatoes, and I'm eating healthy with beet juice, with motherfucking ginger and shit, nigga. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't a whole new world. Like, and it's sad because that's bare minimum. That's bare minimum. Cause I be working a lot. I'm not gonna hold you. I work a lot. So when I get off, I be eating burgers, my nigga. I cook a mean oodles and noodles. I cook a mean cereal, okay? A mean cereal. I cook that shit from scratch. I'm being facetious. I'm gonna keep playing, bruh.
White guys, again, we aren't deserving of any kind of flattery.
White men will actually date you, like take you out on dates, like fancy dinners and stuff.
He's addressing that black queen as a queen.
I was approached by a black woman recently through social media. She said she liked me. I was like, okay. I took her out for a date. And the whole date was just her basically fawning over me. Not because of who I am.
White men will also take you a lot seriously, a lot quicker. They'll want to tie the knot as opposed to black men. They tend to take their time. That's where they'll treat you like a lady and have a little bit less expectations when it comes to financial and just in every which way.
He actually...
I wonder why they would have low expectations when it comes to finances coming from you as a black person. And I wonder why they would have a lot of finances coming from them as a white man. I wonder why. I wonder why you chose them, matter of fact. Because I'm pretty sure that you didn't choose them if they look like a bum. I'm pretty sure. I kind of got a feeling that you made sure that he had some money.
listens to what the you got to say. He take heed of her. He don't tell her, oh, that's a dumb idea. I'm just a narcissist, and no, you're not gonna be great. Instead, he pours into her.
We are not the best dating option. Dead serious. There's other people out there. And I know for a fact, black women, there are black men who are, as just in character, are better than I am.
Damn.
They're nicer than I am. They have a superior disposition when in public.
I hate to see self-deprecation, but let's just be honest with you. There's some motherfuckers is really fucked up. I don't see a lot of black motherfuckers out here being terroristic towards other races. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. There's a lot of y'all motherfuckers out there. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Much
more patient than I am, because I'm actually a person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not I really don't think I'm a great individual. I messed up a lot in my life, and I regret it.
Black men, I realize it's really 50-50. Now, I understand that relationships aren't always 50-50, but I will say that I just noticed with white men, they just put a lot more effort.
Black men are always 50-50. White men always put a lot more effort. She means that white men have money, black men don't. Usually is the case. The thing about that is, it goes back to my last video with Aquarius. You have to understand the context. It's not that black men just don't have money. It's a history behind that shit. Why do you think that they always, when you interact with a black man, usually is the case, they don't have money? Why are you not empathetic to that? And also, what makes you so damn perfect that you feel as though, because more than likely, either you broke too, nigga, you broke too, and you coming for black men, or it's the whole dating down aspect. You feel as though you're dating down when you date black men. Is that the case? It's one of the two. It's one of the two, but I'll tell you this much. Both of them are trash as excuses. It's the same reason why I don't want to hold black women in a whole box of they act a certain way or they're always expecting this type of behavior. No, it's what I as the man, that's the thing about me holding accountability for myself. What I allowed in my life is based solely on me. I allowed bad behavior from black women because I predominantly dated black women. As soon as I got the bad behavior from that white woman, I said, you know what? I fuck with you, but I gotta say, adios, my amigos. Like I gotta say adios for you, cause you on some other shit. I get you. You good. She had an ass. I ain't gonna hold you. She had a little booty on her, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Misogyny. I'm gonna keep it. We keep it in the buck. She had a little booty. She could cook, and the thing was thingy. You feel me? That thing was wet.
Emotional, damn it.
And the niggas that don't know, it didn't even feel no different. I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. Misogyny. I get it, but niggas that don't know, cause they probably don't taste, it's just the same thing, nigga. It's no different. Niggas be sacking, oh my God, it's no different. Niggas, I'm surprised niggas don't say this shit a lot. Like, it's no difference. I know that white women are seen as magical pussy. It's not a difference, my niggas. It's not a difference. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Okay? It's not magical. Okay? I think that the mind fucking part is when you have a woman that says, what do you want for dinner? And let me cook it for you. I've never made it before in my life, but I'm gonna make it for you because you that nigga right now. That's the magical part. That's the part where your brain be like, whoa. Your brain be like, and I can understand the aspect. I can be empathetic to black women that come into contact with white men that seem to understand the whole magical part of them doing things that black men don't do. But to say it's bad, to say that the black men do what black men do is down here and what white men do is up here, that's where you got me fucked up. Like I don't do that. The whole compare and contrast type shit. If that's the case, then just stay. When you go over there, stay over there. Stay over there. You feel me? If you feel as though what we contribute and what white men can contribute, what we contribute is less than what white men contribute. If you feel that way, hey, I can't stop your feelings, baby. Go ahead and do your thing. The whole Jesse Woos of the world, go over there and stay over there. You know what I mean? But it's weird because it's like I've heard that sentiment when I say that, yeah, I dated white women. It's not that I feel as though white women are superior. Now that's a it's you, not a it's me. It's a it's you, not a it's me. I never said that white women are superior. I get that there are some men that believe, black men that believe that. I never said that I was one of them. You understand what I mean? Now, I will say this. When it comes to those men that think that way, it goes back to me being empathetic with black women that think that way. You have to be able to compartmentalize, for lack of better words, the things that those people outside of your race do compared to, you know what I mean? You can't do the comparing. You can, But at the same time, you got to understand, what part did you play into that? What part did you play into what you got from those black people, whether it be black men or black women? What part did you play as a black man into the black women that you got that did not meet your standard or your new standard, for lack of better words? Again, with the black women, what accountability, what part did you play in the black men that did not meet your standard? What part did you play? Did you accept that? And did you keep looking after that? Or did you just accept it and be like, I'll just figure it out? And then you got mad when you realized, oh, this is actually shit. This is a shitty person. You just try some shit. Of course you're gonna be like white men or white women are better if you just try some shit. Anybody could just try some shit and be like, that was horrible. That was nasty. That's nasty. It's a devil in the details, man. Context is key.
Nigga, you value just went up with a black that worship us.
And though I'm trying to improve, I'm in no way worthy of this kind of flattery. I'm not deserving of anything like it. And the whole thing was because I was white.
I have the ability to sit more into my feminine energy. This doesn't go for everybody. Every race is gonna have some good and some bad. Ladies, if you have never tried it, consider going for it.
So, to say I was offended, yeah, I think I was. Because that's the only thing that mattered.
I'm not gonna hold you. This dude do look kind of off. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I hate to do the whole, putting labels on motherfuckers, but he looks like he may do something to somebody, and we may never see them again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Was the fact that I'm white.
Love my black brothers, but at the end of the day, homegirl's trying to walk
He looked
down
like
the
he
aisle
punched.
one day.
That nigga looked like he punches walls in faces off of first name basis. Goddamn, he do some damage. Okay.
Statistically speaking,
Basically, this is not me. Black men are the least most likely to propose. Again, this is not for everybody because damn, are they sexy. It's all about what you want in your life.
I want black women to have.
When it comes to black men being the least likely to propose, you go into the aspect of going to my video with Melissa Ford and Slumflower. What does marriage mean to black people? First, to black people, to the black community, what does marriage mean? Then you go into more detail. Right? That's what it means to black people altogether, right? So what does it mean to black women first, right? Second, because we already know what it means to black men. We want to know, okay, we got a wife, we got children, we got a home, we got resources, be able to give the, resources to our family. We have a family. We can consider ourselves a part of the whole American dream, right? But we understand the context behind America always moving the goalposts on what does it mean to have the American dream. Now, when it comes to black women, what does it mean for black women? You know what I mean? What does that mean for black women? And what does that mean in the context to their black male counterparts? It's devil in the details. I always say it, but it's the truth, man. It's a reason why black men seek out marriage the least. Why we gonna seek out marriage if we don't have shit to give? Why we gonna seek out marriage when usually black men are broke? Usually. The average American is 40,000. How much of that average American is black people? Not even just black men, black people. Because don't get it twisted, it's black women that's broke too. But they still looking for a nigga that makes six figures, if not more. Depending on the state, of course. You know what I mean? Because sometimes there's a regular in certain states, like Cali. But that's not always the case. We see those outliers here and there, Malcolm Gladwell. But it's like, that's not usually the case.
A lot more self-respect than they do now. Kind of just like worshiping white guys. Again, we aren't deserving of any kind of flattery. We're no better than black men or Hispanic men or Asian men. A lot of us have personal issues.
Submission is almost like a cuss word in the relationship discourse. We've seen it oftentimes rejected as remnants of an old, quote-unquote, patriarchal regime that needs to be dismantled. Or we've seen women put conditions on it and say she cannot be submissive until her man is willing to provide her a comfortable enough financial lifestyle. But either way, submission is often met with a bit of resistance, especially in Black America. But notice how effortlessly these lovely ladies called their white boyfriends or partners Massa, and while it was often done as a joke, I want you to imagine a world in which Black women could joke about Black men controlling and dominating them, and then basically having no right.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Let me just shut that shit down right now. It ain't happening, Black men. I'm gonna tell you right now. Even when it does happen, you got to be careful, because when it does happen and she's allowing that shit to happen, if she has any girlfriends, they're gonna stop that shit too. Her mama, she gonna stop that shit too. Aunties, she gonna stop that shit too. Boy, you better not. Boy, you better not.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't happen. The Black relationship discourse is very combative, and Black love is often presented as a power struggle between Black men and Black women.
Yeah.
But what the white gentleman in the video exposes is something that is a clue into why the relationship dynamics can change when Black women are with white men versus when Black women are with Black men.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
It's not that interrelationships are bad in and of themselves, but it has to do with the value people place on them.
It has to do with the value people place. It goes back to my sentiment of my accountability as a Black man in the bad relationships that I've had with Black women. I place value in Black women. So with that being said, with my value that I place in Black women, in what ways was I asking for what I, want? In what ways was I seeking what I want from the so-called Black woman that I want? I wasn't. And a lot of the times, if we're going to be honest with each other, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, a lot of the times these relationships that end horribly, for lack of better words, horribly, are relationships that we entertain, that we knew either we didn't know where they were going, which is also bad. We knew that they were bad from the get-go. And that's what I've done both. I've done both, where I didn't know where it was going, but at the same time I entertained it, and it kind of just ended up for what it was. And then I knew that it was bad from the get-go, but I was still playing because, it's just nasty work, man.
And sadly, we've seen that a lot of swirlers, divestors, or aspiring swirlers have romanticized.
Why that nigga look like John Cena?
And his name is John Cena!
It might make Black women more willing to submit or be more feminine to their white counterpart. The truth is, in order to submit or essentially cooperate with a man in your life, there has to be a level of trust that you have to have for him. You have to believe he is capable of leading you, taking care of you, or providing for you. You have to be willing to rest and trust his leadership. And in Black America, Black women are not really taught to trust Black men or even see their capacity. We want them to work hard for us and provide financially, but we don't understand or value their masculinity or trust their leadership, because Black men have been systematically removed as the head of the Black community. So much so that Black women think it's normal to raise a household without men. It's not a culture that cultivates healthy masculine and feminine dynamics. Also, we live in the West, and consciously or subconsciously, white men are often associated with authority, power, prosperity, and having leadership capacity because this nation was built by white people for the descendants of white people. Now, I know there has been a battle for decades to have America embrace its multicultural makeup, but we can't forget the original intention by which this nation was built.
Yeah.
We see white presidents, white leaders, white CEOs, white politicians, even today, in all positions of power. So I believe that subconsciously, that gives Black women who have no Black consciousness and no understanding of their own culture and their own ethnicity, it gives them a consciousness that whiteness is associated to power, authority, leadership, and all things prosperous.
Yeah.
And so this is why I think ladies can make jokes about white men being their master, Because on
Massa
some
is
level,
crazy though.
they actually are. Well, if they choose that at least. And it's
What you place value in, black women? Like if black woman watching this, what you place value in? You feel me? That's really what it boils down to. I'm gonna let the video finish.
It's about time we get out of assuming black men are the only ones who may have raccooning ways. Black men and black women were impacted by slavery and colonization. And until we call a spade, or at least address misconceptions, wrong beliefs, self-hating notions some of us might have today that stem from the dark past, then these raccooning ways
look like a
continue.
hobbit. That nigga look like a hobbit off of J.R.R. Tolkien's movie. Nigga look like fucking Bilbo Baggins.
We see average white men being romanticized and being put into positions that they need not be. And we know that that's just a fetish. And that can lead the lovely ladies down a long road of disaster. And as the white men said in the video, all men, including white men, have their own set of issues. And that should not be overlooked when seeking to find long-lasting love.
I'm mad at Summer Walker. I ain't even gonna hold you. Cause it's crazy how you got Cynthia G, right? How black men simp for black American women. It's the truth. I did it. I know I ain't right sometimes. Sometimes I ain't right. Lord, I got a problem. I do. I'm being facetious, but Summer Walker fine as hell to me. I ain't gonna hold you.
What? Bro, I'm out, man.
I know. I said it. It is what it is. I said it.
She said that? I'm just doing what I'm doing. Yes. Nigga, I'm just doing what I'm doing. A nigga like me ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll give you that. A nigga like me ain't gonna lie.
I know that body is fake as hell. I know it is. It's like eating lemon pepper chicken wing, lemon pepper wings, right? You eating them shits. And this motherfucker come around and talk about eat a motherfucking apple. An apple. Fuck that apple, nigga. I want the lemon pepper chicken wings. I'm a lemon pepper stopper, nigga. Let me get up out of there. I'm being facetious with y'all. Y'all be good, man. And like that, we gone. Bun K.